Got ourselves first up. I think it's going to be my man Death Sweep, my man Blue versus Elder Scroll. I like the name Elder Scroll, actually. What is this egg you got going on? Is that a Murloc? That is a Murloc. Elder Scroll dotting up Death Sweep. Death Sweep trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Demon up in the air actually might be able to do a bit of damage to Death Sweep. Some of the Demon Hunter attacks counts as magical, not some of the basic ones though, like your Chaos Strikes and Death Sweeps, but like everything else does actually do a bit of damage. Elder Scrolls just continue to pummel damage into Death Sweep, just keeps rain rolling. Death Sweep trying to see if he can fight through the dust, does get a clutch kick, maybe that'll be enough to take down Elder Scroll, trying to see if he can back up out with a quick stun, does slay him, claiming that soul, still rotting with dots, but is able to at least mitigate him more or less. Is it going to be Hockey? Is it going to be Blood? Or is it going to be Stone? One of those guys is going to be next. They're missing a fifth on that team. While Death Sweep still holding the fort for his team. It looks like Hockey is going to be up next. If he can find the Rogue, does try to see if he can avoid him with a vengeful retreat. Trinket immediately into a Fear Sigil right after. Hockey's does still hold on to a Trinket for Death Sweep. He's got to find a way to cleave down Hockey's without really letting Hockey's ever get a proper go on the guy. Mac cleave onto Hockey's, does go for the cleave and cleaving the boy down into two. Gouge blind on the Death Sweep, does not have a Trinket for Hockey's. This could be potentially a big go. Does go for a Cold Blood, maybe a little bit too early. Trying to see if he can get some more dots with Death Sweep, but he is very, very DR. Full dots are in. Death Sweep might need to go for full immunity, taking quite a bit of damage out of Hockey's, trying to see if he can fight through it. Jason out to the Rogue, looking for a finish, trying to see if he can take him out. Does he get to? He just needs a little bit more damage and does claim the Rogue Soul, taking it up for himself with Blood Dagger going to be up next right afterwards. Who is you guys' fifth? Whoever's the fifth that just now joined in. Then again, they also got a takeover on this team too, but I don't even know if that team is going to be able to get a chance to play if Death Sweep just continues to go for a full sweep like this. Shadowblade's out for Blood Dagger, trying to see if he can take down Death Sweep. That is going to be immediate immunity for Death Sweep, just trying to give himself a bit of a breather. Blood, catch himself a quick reset. That was Shadowblades, so will not have himself that extra damage to augment his output. Into a Trinket, Death Sweep with no health, does go in for a bit of a IB. Maybe that'll give him enough healing. Does go for a stun. Big cleave onto Blood Dagger, big stun right after. Might just take him right here. Hold on a second. Cheat death. I think it's over with a hunt. Oh my god. He just crawled out of what looked like a losing situation and is given pretty much an honor duel by Stoneblood. Especially if Stoneblood lets him catch up some heals. No, Stoneblood kind of just wants to give him like a proper, hey, we're dueling each other. I want to give you like a second to catch your breath, but not really heal up. But look at Death Sweep. He's basically back up to full. He just needs a Trinket because the next stun out of Stoneblood could be really deadly. Just going for a full stun. Is going to be able to get an opener onto Stone. Stone reversing it back with a full Wake of Ashes down to a War Stopper. And after Matter up for Death Sweep with a Darkness to follow Sigil of Fear onto Stoneblood. Death Sweep needs to find a way to heal up a little bit of health. Just a little bit more. He got that leech while the meta form is up. Really would have loved to have that immunity right now. Wow, that's immune out for Stone. But Death Sweep tried to see if he can avoid him. Eventual retreat out for just a moment. Looking to cleave him down. Stun right after. Does he have enough? Maybe big cleave right here. Looking to finish this right now. Oh, does get himself a last bit of charge through. Right after. One was missing over on the other team. We'll see if he can fill up the body, but that is a clean sweep for Death Sweep himself. We got to get these boys back in here, man. That was, honestly, it's super enjoyable watching like a really good Demon Hunter fight because they're just so flashy, right? The class is like natural flashy backflips, rushes, all these things. Oh, it is so good. Gotta get another one going. Athman over for the team one, ready to go. We got ourselves Jayhawk ready as well with Meta Nerd first up, attacking Rajani before the man even gets himself an opportunity to figure out who he's going up against. The cat rushes out of nowhere with a zappy totem around the corner. Does actually have himself a bit of that counter-strike totem. Hold on a second. Wall for Rajani. He's not taking bleed damage as long as the totem is up. Meta Nerd should take quite a bit of damage, but Rajani had no help whatsoever. Trying to see if he can get himself recovery. So shorts down into Meta Nerd as he's got himself a Stormkeeper. If he gets himself maybe a bit of a big go. Hold on, Alien Blast. Does he have himself the big zapper? Hold on a second. Does he have himself the combo? Oh, Meta Nerd walled it off though. I feel like if the wall never came, he actually might have had him. Valnara, Nathria rather, gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can just shatter through the feral. No more walls available. Meta Nerd, unless he can escape and stun to follow. Executes is gonna be big. You may need a Heart of the Wild right now with big heals. Unless it's over, barely any health available. Are you just dead? Oh, you're just dead. Yeah, not much you can do. Once you pop cooldowns for him, once you had no out, there's just not much you can do in that situation. That's just rough. Cooldowns gonna set in one another. Jayhawk is gonna be up next on that team. Nalix hanging back. I love your mount, but it looks so good. Saya on that team as well as Frost Boss joining back in. I need to go back and get this mount. I need to go back and get this thing again. I've never actually gotten it back in SL. I should have though. After on the team, we got ourselves Dev also joining as well as a DH. Jayhawk trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a zonal thing going with Vilnathria, especially with the Ring of Frost. As Vilnathria trying to see if he can walk up, like as soon as he sees him walking, he's like, all right, gonna place a ring, gonna make it impossible. Vilnathria trying to get himself a better angle here versus Jay. He only got yourself, what, 2 areas you could go up to? Ring of Frost doesn't quite complete it. I think Jay's just trying to see if he can bait Vilnathria into the Ring of Frost so he can get himself a big opener from the get. Furon to Jay goes in for the human racial. Won't have access to his normal trinket for a while, so actually the next one is going to be huge. He does go for the reflect, but it is going to be, I think, a fire blast that ends up reflecting back to him, or something rather. Or an interrupt, actually, I think. He might have done a precog early on. Big damage onto Vilnathria, though. Does go in for the big parry. That is still a massive touch of the magic, even with the fire for Ring of Fire damage. Oh, goes in for a Stormbolt at the very end, but the barrage is already ready to go flying midair. Saya is up next, polymorph out for Jay. Does go for the trinket really early on. Trying to see if you can just maximize the damage versus Jay. What is your horse? Why do you have like a human horse? As is it a glyph? Can you glyph your horses whenever you use horse as a paladin? I was expecting for you to be on this big Triceratops being a Xanda, but just a horse. Just a normal horse. Wait, Jay. Uh-oh. Are we good? Are we back? Are we chilling? I think Sai is... Oh, wait. I think Sai is trying to give him an honor duel here. Or at least trying to see if he can give him like a chance. Because Jay is definitely struggling. He's definitely lagging a little bit here and there. Big touch of the magic onto Saya. Jay trying to see if he can back up out of there. Saya looking for a little bit of healing. Shield of Vengeance is going to be up for him. Yeah, no, Jay is definitely struggling somewhere. That is the weirdest ult time in the world. Polly does at least connect. Is Jay okay? Is Jay good? Is he going to go for yet another Polly? Does he have himself a big go? The cat, I think, is stuck behind the wall, behind the pillar of water. Or is he just... No, Jay is definitely having some kind of issues. Is Sai just going to kill him right then and there? Got himself Shield of Vengeance. Sai should be playing too sturdy for this one. That's Jayhawk going in for a quick invis, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of a reset behind the pillar. All the time is at the ready, so as long as he can maybe heal. Yeah, there's no way. Because I'm pretty sure he pressed all the time. I'm pretty sure on his end he probably did press all the time, but just nothing happened. Full stun. Holy Sai go overlay enhance does he have any way to immune magic damage? Oh, this might be rough. Sai is just melting right now just by Dev being next to him. That immolation aura just blasted him out. And Dev just needs himself an angle. Just a quick 1-2-1-2. A K.O. strike or a blade dance. Stun. There's just nothing he could do. Does go for a blade dance to follow. That is a blessing of Saint for Saya just to reduce the duration of that stun. Dev just needs a quick angle and Saya just doesn't want to give him one. I think he's waiting until Blessing of Protection's back up, right? Stun. He got nothing. Yeah, it's just over. Dev taking him out fairly quickly too with 26% dampening. And looks like Nalix trying to give the man a bit of an honor duel. Trying to at least give him like, hey, I'm ready when you're ready. Letting Dev get the first opener. Stormbolt immediately by Nalix. Blazestorm right after. Just absolutely demolishing the Demon Hunter. Goes in for a Metamorphosis. Trying to see if he can activate that Metamorphosis for a little bit longer. Quick fear out of Nalix. Does he have a stun to follow up? That is still a blur for Dev right now. As long as he's holding on to Dev, I think he actually tried to see if he can disarm the Demon Hunter. But I think the disarm might have got dodged. Reflect up for Nalix. It does reflect, I think, one of those bowls. But for Dev, able to force the warrior back behind the pillar. And as long as he can keep the warrior taking damage behind the pillar, he's not going to be able to get any healing from second wind. Quick hit and run for Dev. And Nalix having to go for a charge in. Goes in for a rallying cry too. Big war step to follow. Dev, oh, it goes in for a stun. But Nalix already had the big executed and everything. The mage was lagging, stay still, eating no damage, and then teleporting to the other side of the map. Yeah, Sai, it definitely did look like a pretty funky there, didn't it? Definitely did look funky. Did you just target and point to tell? Is that what you... Are you trying to dual tell right now? Is that what happened? It looked like you pointed at somebody. Are you... Definitely looking at tell. Yep, definitely looking at tell. I hate dampener duels, but I do want to give these two like a proper chance. So it's like, I'm conflicted, man. I want to see these two juggernauts fighting each other. 8 seconds. I think Nox is ready. He's ready. He's counting down the clock. Dalaran is ready too. I keep swapping the wrong body. I keep swapping to Dev. Are we gonna do this quick bow? Bow from Nalix. A little twirl. Dalaran with a quick wave, trying to be polite. At this point, like, you guys got everything, right? Everything is available. I want to see which one of them wins this one, honestly. Going to be a charge out of Tell pretty early on with a Shadow Meld to make sure he gets himself a second charge versus Nalix. Nalix with a full breath, full fire, full bleed damage onto Tell. Stormbolt is going to get hit with a Stormbolt of his own. Parry up for Nalix really early, trying to see if he can maximize his damage while his parry is active. Dalaran trying to see if he can avoid his damage as best as he can. He's still bleeding out. Fear onto Tell, just lock him down for a second. Nalix gets hit with the Disarm, trying to see if he can back away from Tell. And Tell is not really committing too much damage of his own, but Tell did burn his cooldowns though. Versus Nalix. Tell still holding on to a parry, which maybe give him some sort of an advantage here. Shockwave for Nalix to get himself a proper opener onto Tell. Got him to reflect if there's any kind of magical enchant on the weapons of Tell. He got himself War Stomp. He wants to go for it if possible. Stormbolt by Tell. Blaze Storm just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Hold on. Tell is actually on the defensive. For Nalix, this is not a bad situation. I think Tell is just trying to get himself a little bit of cover just to start healing. With second wind is going to be Stormbolt for Nalix. Doesn't want to fight into parry. That is the second one going to be kicking in, unless you got to bleed on the guy. Unless you can properly bleed him. Nalix should also be healing up soon too, yeah? Tell, I think second one kicking in right now. Nalix is he having the bleeds. Looks like Nalix actually has a bleed, so Tell able to get himself a bit of recovery. That's going to be a shockwave onto Nalix. Does get hit with a disarm. And he's going to try to see if he can back away from Tell. Warbreaker for him is up right now though. He's trying to go for his sharper blades. Worst up for just a second. Oh no, that is so close. He does go for disarm last second, but either bleeds. Where at Nalix, that or Tell had a one good hit right as disarm came out. One of those two. Frostboss charging in with the army of undeads. There's no way for Tell to be able to fight it. He just walks in, sends the entire army, Death and Decay around the corner. If he just puts the army next to Tell, I think he's just done. Yeah, just being next to the undeads for 2 seconds and he's just in a bad spot. Stormbolt, nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. I don't know if Frostboss can maybe send the army on Tatho. He's actually going to get barraged out in the middle. At least one of those mages is alive for a little bit longer. AMS and AMZ up for Frostboss, trying to see if he can immune or quote-unquote immune as much magic damage as he can. Reducing it by such severity that basically takes no damage from it. Big Grippy Ham. Death Calls are available. Have to get himself bubble. There's no way for Frostboss to recover. Yeah, once he's out of mobility, that's it. It's up to the pally. With that immunity. That is so rough. I love the duel between those two though, man. Me so sad. All good, Alex. All good, man. I think it did really, really good. It was a very, very close match, man. I think it's a second win that Tell got. A little bit of a second win. Let him pick up and stabilize in hell. But you definitely had a very nice opener. A very, very aggressive position for a good bit in that duel. I loved it. I think it was great.